After a year on a cancer treatment, I planned that I will go celebrate on a Cape Raft trail. But I was not recovering enough fast, and my results been bad. I knew that before another operation I need to go back to mountains. I set off to Torridon mountains with a very high expectations of beautiful views and snow caps on the mountains. But the mountains have always their own mind, but they give you always more than you ask for.
Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, beautiful souls of this beautiful world. Happy February, happy Valentine, happy 2024. Hello from Torridon Mountains. It's been a 1 year that I'm on my cancer journey, and I thought I'm gonna be done by this time. And when I came back from Norway, I planned to do a Cape Raft trail in February. It meant to be hike for all people on cancer treatments and people who died on cancer. However, I'm still on a cancer treatment. I was still want to do it anyway, but I had a surgery on the beginning of the year, and I thought I'm gonna recover faster, like after the second surgery or operation, or how you call it, because some people say operation, some people say surgery, you name it. I prefer surgery. I don't know why. For me, operation is like an operation Torridon. I couldn't really go because every month going on an implant, so I had their gap exactly in February for this, and however I was not enough healed. I just gave up on a Cape Raft trail because I really love the section of the Torridon Mountains. I decided to go here at least for like mountain travers, kind of. I'm gonna hike basically Bean Alligan tomorrow, if the weather is good, through the valley, around one saddle, I don't remember the name, and back to Strathcarron. So I'm officially naming myself as a snow melter, because everywhere I arrive, the snow melts like literally in a couple hours. Yesterday was not everywhere snow, like by the log snow, but up mountains being covered with snow. And today was really warm. It was like maybe 13 degrees and everything melts, and it was raining all day. So I don't know what are conditions up there. Fingers crossed, but I'm still carrying with me 2 sets of crampons and ice axe, so it's an extra weight. But you never know, I'm gonna be here 4 days. Another reason why I head off to the mountain is because my results from the last surgery were not good. So I have more cancer and I need another surgery, which is a 4th surgery in 1 year. 1 month after each, I'm having a surgery, and this time is mastectomy. So yep, I'm gonna be boobless. I don't know if I'm gonna be alright after this. So my mood was really bad. I was in a kind of state of emptiness. I can't really describe my feelings. I think I didn't found the right word yet, and probably you can see even in my mood that it's not really me. I become really comfy, and from comfy I became lazy, and I stopped going out. I was just so happy and closed in my flat with my cat, where I have everything what I needed. And I was telling myself, why did you want to go to Scotland hiking 400 kilometers? Here is nice and warm. Why would you go to the rain? And I started to have a slowly burnout from everything. Now, maybe everybody think like I'm such a happy and a shiny person, but yeah, I had my crisis after the first surgery. I'm just really tired from constant recovering and constant pain, and I'm feeling more and more weak and having more and more problems. So my mind is in really lots of places right now, but yeah, that's lots of talking on the beginning, and I don't want to talk too much really, because then people skipping the video and leaving. One more thing, this is my hair. This is actually my hair. so it's just growing very widely. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. We'll see how is my level of the energy, and pretty much when I come back from the Torridon, I'm going straight away on an operation. I would like to say a couple more things on the beginning. I'm so sorry. Lots of people are saying stuff how the videos are sponsored by this, by that, by that. My videos are not sponsored by nobody. My videos are sponsored by myself. My trips are sponsored mostly by my patrons, me, and friends and a family. Plus whatever I paint, I'm selling, I'm using for the trips. So feel free to have a look on my websites. I'm adding after each trip a new canvas, and now is coming even more. I start to do the little postcards, smaller canvas which are gonna be like a set, and I started to do a digital art. If you wish, you can join my Patreon page where I'm uploading not that frequently right now because it's very hard after the operation, surgery, and the recovery doing it. But I still do exercises, a logistic about the planning, where you can camp, where you can stay as accommodation, and about everything about the trail. Like for example, I traveled today 20 hours here, and I really need to figure out how to get here. Also, I staying in a perfect, absolutely clean and super cozy hostel for like a really super perfect price. And yeah, it's just like under the mountain. That's enough waffling. I'm gonna enjoy this breaking clouds, and see you tomorrow and wish me good luck. Very good morning, beautiful souls. It's quarter past 10. I had to wait until the rain stops, and it's a little bit clearing up now. But however, I was waiting so long, I don't have enough time to do the reed walk. So I'm thinking to do clockwise to come on a point where I wanted to camp, basically, without doing a summit of Skúr and the horns of Alligan. I will just come from the other side. It's a pretty steep scramble, and I had really breakdown in the morning, like mental breakdown. I will talk about this later or when I set the camp. For now, I'm just going somewhere. Not definitely up because it's a low cloud, so there won't be any views. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a go, and we'll see what the day brings. My mood is not even better, and I'm doing this only because I don't have a bus back, so I have to walk to Strathcarron in 2 days. Behind me, it looks nice. Where I'm going is drizzling and cloggy. Behind me is Benalling. You can't even see it. I thought I will pitch the tent on the first one, but everything is in a cloud, so it will be lots of work to get up for nothing. So I decided to walk the glen, and as soon I see a reasonable spot for tent, I'll just pitch the tent, and tomorrow I'll make it to Bothy, and I will finish this trip earlier one day because I'm not enjoying it. My arm, I thought I will make it, but it really hurts me, and I have some kind of another problem that I will tell you later. So everything is really saturated, the ground, so I'm not sure where I will pitch the tent, but I hope something will appear. So speak to you later. Hi souls, I'm currently on official Cape Trail. I can't find any reasonable spot to pitch the tent. I almost vlog whole glen, so it's almost 3 o'clock. I still have 2 hours of daylight. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk further, and I'm more than sure that there is a lingy hut, which is private hut for mountain climbers, but around this grass and flat. So if I don't find nothing until then, I will probably go there, because it's some spots here, but if I have a freestanding tent, it's rocky, it's flooded. So continue. I'm feeling really weak and sad. And yeah, behind me is clear enough, obviously, and where I'm going is cloggy, so I'm officially nominating myself for bad weather person since Norway. Maybe England starts to hate me because I was cheating and hiking in Norway. I mean, not England, UK, because I'm in Scotland, am I? Well, I'll catch you later. Very good evening, beautiful souls. Very good evening. I pitched the tent by Ling Hut, which is a private hut, because there was no any spots, nothing. and this is the only grassy spot. It's a bumpy, but it's pretty flat. It's really alright. I mean, if nobody is in, and there is nobody in, obviously, there's lots of gas around, so hopefully it's not gonna blow out during my night here. And yeah, there is some kind of alarm inside making sound like beep, which is quite annoying because you are in the middle of nowhere and you hear a sound which you can hear, which I can hear all entire year in my head, like my tinnitus. But anyway, so I'm here. I completely give up on the route and trail I set up for this trip. However, all day, as you see, the clouds are very low. I give up to go even on the first pinnacle, because if I come there, I pitch the tents. Where's the point? I wouldn't see anything, and I will have to go down, and it's pretty scramble. The thing is that I'm feeling really bad. I consider that my condition is really bad. I don't feel on any climb, nothing. I just wanted to pitch the tent. I'm feeling a really like kind of burnout. I thought that this trip will bring me back to the life, you know, like all the trips they did so far, they brought me back to the life. But something happened after Norway, and I can't describe it with words. I'm having they had to remove another 2 lymph nodes because I had reacted on my last surgery. So I have a pain on my muscles over here and on my arm. So the hike was pretty much not enjoyable for me, although it was easy hike. And it really hurts. It really hurts that the thing that you love, you know, enjoying anymore. It bringing me more down because this is a source of my art, source of my living, source of my life force energy, and I just can't found my way back. So I went for this trip because I know that after mastectomy I won't be able to again do the backpacking for about at least 2 months, if no longer. It will be alright, yeah. It's actually nice now. Hey souls, I'm here in my tent. A wind a little bit pick up. Outside it's quite windy. I'm just gonna put you here. You might not see me very good, but that's not the point to see me. I'm just been lying here and thinking. I've been lying I feel like I'm lying in a coffin. I feel like I'm losing this connection with the nature and stuff I love to do, because when you don't doing the things from your heart, from your soul, that's not the right thing. And I feel like I pushed myself to do this today because I'm already here and I haven't got any bus anyway. And I shortened the trip on one day because tomorrow at 5 o'clock supposed to start heavy rain. I'm 10 kilometers away from Bothy, but still I'm making the effort to do the video. So I'm gonna have to sleep, get up, and yeah, tomorrow to Bothy. Have a good night, everyone. Bye. Morning, beautiful souls. It doesn't look bad today, but it's the rain due to an afternoon. It's 8:30 almost, so I'm making my way. According OS map, I should be at the Bothy in about 3.5 hours, so I'm giving it 4.5 with my face. I need to walk through this Bielak to another glen. It's a 10 kilometers. I'm feeling quite okay. I had a good sleep, so I'm making my way. Long way to go. Hi beautiful soul, so I eventually made it to the Bothy, and the best thing is that Bothy is not spooky and I have a company here. So first I met here Simon. This is Simon. He is here with his girlfriend, our partner. She's hiking around, supposed to be down before the rain starts to falling down horribly. And you know how I used to say that you don't meet people on your hikes just like that. Every single person who I met on my hikes stays in my life or have a similar story. So Simon is a cancer survivor and is very inspirational cancer survivor because he had a cancer. You don't mind that I say it?
No, of course not.
On his spine and has surgeries. And look where we are. We are in Scotland and he is hiking and they told him that he is going to be on a wheelchair. So that's another proof that these people are telling us bullshit. They want us to suffer and be dumb and murky and crying over ourselves. So I'm not the lost case, maybe, but I'm starving, so I'm just gonna eat. I'm gonna go out, have a smoke, and speak to you later. Thank you. Hello, my beautiful souls. Good evening. It's starting already raining, so I'm gonna make this look very short. Because I don't want to be wet. I'm already having a wet socks. So, in Bothy is totally 5 people right now. I met these beautiful friends. I'm so sorry, Simon and Sophie. Did I mess up your relationship? So they're hiking friends. Sophie is a poet. She is a professional poet of writing poets. If you wish to have a look, I put it down how you can find her on Instagram. Very inspiring 2 people. As I said, Simon went through horrible stuff that I can't even imagine, and I'm moaning about recovering 4 times after surgery, and he has to learn to walk again. So this really kicks me in, and to change thinking about my conditions. And I think everything happening for the reason that there was no bus from Torridon back, that there was no space at the youth hostel. I meant to do this hike, although I have to say I first time not enjoy the hike because of my condition. I was in a pain and I really struggled to make it up to Bilak. But I'm here at the Bothy. Then there is also 2 guys, 2 friends who have, one of them has a channel as well. If you want to have a look on him, I put it down here, name. Oh, it's starting to raining, so I'm gonna get in. I wanted to do this thing with a review for the winter gear, but I don't really feel confident to talk about anything in the Bothy because there is people. So I might do it on a hostel when I come tomorrow to Inverness. So if you are interested about how I plan the journeys, how I plan this journey, and a little talk about the winter gear and my advice on a winter hike, then stick to the end of the video.
I really like fires, but every fire is different. Every fire, oh, my hand's filthy because I just put it in the sack of the coal. But I'm trying to get the...
Today we're gonna have a fire, beautiful souls. Hi, beautiful souls. I forgot completely to introduce you, second beautiful souls of the Bothy. This is Sophie.
Hi!
And Sophie from France. If you're watching this is English Sophie. Actually, Sophie is from Derbyshire, so yeah, I have lots of Sophies now in my life. So Sophie is a Sophie that I talked about earlier, that she is a professional poet, and you have to have a look on her work.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so loopy-loop. We are now making a fire, so it's gonna be nice and warm and cozy here.
Fingers crossed.
And these beautiful souls, Sophie and Simon, S and S.
I never even realised that before.
It's like a group, SNS hiking.
I know.
They are gonna be so kind. They're gonna take me to Inverness tomorrow, where I don't have a booked hostel, but I just somehow realized it's gonna work for me. And on the top of everything, we decide to do a hike together. So officially, I'm gonna hike first time with someone, because they have a car in Ashin, whatever Shin. So we're gonna drop my backpack there, and I'm just gonna try to enjoy this trip to the last moment if the weather is gonna be on our side. So yes,
This is our plan.
this is our plan for tomorrow, and as you can see, my spirit is lifted. I'm not crying anymore. I'm not crying anymore.
And this is what happens when you meet like soul-minded persons. I don't know how you say it, you name it. That, you know, you just bump to the people with similar story, same vibe, same blood, and you are back to life again until you don't come home to bed, hopefully.
You will.
Hopefully, eventually. I will watch this video and it will bring me always to this moment. That's why I love my videos. It's a motivator not just for the other people, it's a motivator for me to don't fucking give up. And I'm not gonna give up, I promise. I will find myself again. So, see you whenever I see you.
Bye.
You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. Only when you drink from the river of the silence shall you indeed sink. And when you have reached the mountain top, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then shall you truly dance. Hello, good morning, beautiful souls. So we set off. It's 8:15. It's roughly 3 kilometers to down to the road, and we're gonna see how the weather will improve. It's pretty mild, murky morning, as you can see. It's raining. The night at Bothy was excellent. I just couldn't fall asleep because there was a mouse running around and crunching for the snacks. And yeah, I just can't wait to be in bed because my arm is really uncomfy and painful. So only because of that. Other than that, I feel much better than yesterday. If we talk about like energy wise and spirit wise. So although the trip was not how I wanted or expected, it was nice, and I'm grateful that I pushed myself out and I met lovely people who lift my spirit, like-minded people and heroes, because these people are heroes for me. So I will talk to you later. Behind me is Sophie and Simon, I mean in front of me. So we're slowly making our way, and I will catch you later.
my beautiful souls. I am in Inverness, you can say, the civilization and the cars. So, dropped my backpack at a youth hostel, and the check-in is in about 2 hours. So I went to Morrison's to get some fresh vegetable and strawberries. I always have to get the strawberries when I finish my hike, I don't know why. And the weirdest thing is that I met a guy who is also at a hostel, and like how we chat, he said that his mother passed away on a breast cancer and his friend passed away on a breast cancer. So it's like, I'm attracting all these people, and some of them are inspiring. Obviously, this is very sad when you lose two close family members on a breast cancer, but at the same time, it gives me a kind of point that some people say, you're gonna be fine. You have to accept this possibility. So, the plan is now to go to the room, drop the stuff, and it's still drizzling and showers. I might go have a walk to the viewpoint, at least some walk, and then just I will probably fade out in a room and do finally the bonus video I promised you. So yeah, if you wish, you can leave the video now. And if you're interested about how I'm planning the journey, where you can pitch the camp, and generally about like this trail, how it is, have a look, keep watching, and I'm gonna be happy if you stay. This is my room, my bed,
Hello, very good evening, my beautiful souls. Welcome to my hostel room. I'm again in a hostel, and I'm now very happy because I had a shower and I'm clean and I smell nice. And I had fantastic, absolutely fantastic breakfast at the coffee shop at Akshine, I think it calls a Midge Bite. So I will come to this point later. Welcome to this extra bonus section, what I decided to do as kind of like a trial for everyone to see what I'm offering on my Patreon page as an extra, basically how I plan my journeys, how I do the logistic about the traveling, because I'm using only public transport, how I choose the trail and everything, what I packed for this trip, specifically why, and also this topic about the weight of the backpack is still something that people like always wondering, why is my backpack so big, why is it so heavy, blah blah. And there is a difference. If you drive in the car, you go to Scotland, you come to the area, the conditions change. So you can leave the car, crampons and ice axe if you see that there is no snow. But if you travel by public transport 2 days ahead and the condition changed in 2 days, you still have to carry whatever you packed 2 days before. So that's one reason why my backpack was kind of heavy, because I was taking full winter kits, and I would like to talk about this. Why I took actually 3 different sets of crampons, talking about ice axe and stuff. So basically how I plan generally my trips and how I choose the location where I'm going. I get lots of inspiration obviously on the internet, Instagram, blah blah blah, and YouTube videos. But thinking generally about, for example, Scotland, how I come to the Torridon was I seen the picture of the mounting and I thought like, yeah, I put it on my list. I have like a bucket list with the pictures that I see. And I forget about it. And my plan was set off for Cape Wrath Trail in February. As I said in the video, I couldn't do it because I was not recovering enough fast after the surgery and I had problems. But Cape Wrath Trail is not an official national trail and it has many varieties and alternatives that you can choose. And specifically this section at the Torridon, I decided to do. And I was like, why I'm actually not doing this section, because it's trackless, but it's, I think, one of the most beautiful parts because of those mountings. So when I was not able to go for the Cape Wrath Trail and they told me that I need to go for another surgery in 1 week, I just knew that I need to go somewhere, otherwise I'm gonna lose this spirit, traveling spirit. So basically I have here a map. I'm gonna show you in a minute which part I choose, and I had a look on the map if there are some kind of more trails that are connected, and I actually went through Google Earth where you can see a kind of street view, what people post, the 360 view, or actually this particular trail, what I'll choose to do the travers on Ben Alligan. You can walk it through the Google camera. All is basically whole trail is documented. So I thought like this will be really nice because I love the ridge walk. And then I basically have a place, and now I need to figure out how I'm gonna get there as I'm not driving. So the most easiest way how to come from the south of UK to the north is take the Caledonian Sleeper. Firstly, because it's much cheaper than the take 4 different kind of companies and changing the train during the night or the day. You just take the train at 9 o'clock in the evening, and in 12 hours you are in Inverness, and 10 hours Fort William. And if you book advance the tickets 1 week, the one-way journey is only £55. And a normal coach like Avanti or Penang Express, they have basically 2 seats on each side, and then you have a seat for the 4. Caledonian Sleeper is made of 2 seats and a 1, which gives you more comfy and wider chair. You can a little bit shuffle yourself down so you can sleep. You get a sleeping mask, you get your blankets, you get your plugs to the ears. So I think it's like a completely luxury ride. Oh, my light is dying. Well, so at the end I have to use the head torch because my light is not charging anymore. So pretty much if you get to London from anyway, I need to travel from south. So I need to take the train from Eastbourne to London. And when I had a look on the map of Torridon area, I need to figure out how to get from Inverness basically to this area. So I checked the buses which going through a Kinochleo, and it was so dodgy because it was so complicated. I give up on this side when I see that in a Strathcarron is a train station. So I had direct connection from Inverness to Strathcarron, and there it became a little bit more complicated. It says that there is running bus 720, but it's not actually bus, it's a van, because it's not really, you know, in needs. It's for the people who are going for the lunch break and traveling to the work every day. So basically you can fit in it only 7 people. And the bus is not going directly to the Torridon, it goes to Shilbeck. He pick up people for the lunch break, then he goes back to Strathcarron, and then he's doing another journey, which is finishing at Torridon. So I have to take this van, go to the Shilbeck, or how does it go, wait there for 2 hours when he comes back. And actually the final stop is an Anat, so I will have to walk another 20 minutes to Torridon. But the van driver was so kind that he dropped me exactly in the front of the hostel, which was absolutely brilliant place. So it's better to book in a season this hostel advance. So when I was basically having sorted out the journey, I know how I'm gonna get there,
I need to find where I'm gonna sleep first night, because I knew I'm gonna arrive around 2-3 o'clock in the evening, and after 20-hour journey in a train I won't be able to do any hike and it's gonna be too late. I found that there is bunk house, lots of B&B, there is a hotel and youth hostel. If you have a budget for the hotel, yeah, go for it, £250 per night. A B&B is booked 2 months advance. A bunk house is for 5 people minimum and only for the booking. But hostel was absolutely the most best decision. The only problem is that it was fully booked for all weekend, some kind of group. So that's why I said it's better to like book it advance. But generally, like he said, they're very quiet in this season. So I have sorted out my sleeping and my basically this stuff. And I know where my hike is gonna start. And I need to now plan for how many days I'm gonna traverse these mountains and how I'm gonna get from there. So my point was Strathcarron, and the bus from Torridon to Strathcarron is not running. So the only way how to get back to the station was walk there. So I basically created my routes according this. So the plan was hiking from Torridon through the mountains and glens back to Strathcarron. Now I need to figure out how long it's gonna take me so I can book my ticket back. As I wanted to do the scramble on the first day, I knew that it's gonna take me at least 7 hours with the backpack, and I wanted to do the high camp. So through Google Earth, I have a look if there is any spots on the little plateau on the last pinnacle where I can pitch the tent. And that was basically my first day on the OS map. And I knew about a second location by the lock, how is the Ben Eng, right, or Egg, right, range. It's like a horseshoe, and there is a little spot by the lock. I again found it through the Google Earth. So I had set up day 2. Now I was wanted to make it more interesting, so I decided that I'm gonna traverse through the saddle, through the Bilag, down the road, hike the road, and the last night I will spend at the Coir Fiona Bothy, the one that I stayed anyway, and that was the plan. This was all about like 54 kilometers, and I split it between 4 days because I knew that the Bothy is very close to Strathcarron. I'm gonna need to hike only maybe 1-2 hours to get to the station, from where I get easily train to Inverness and catch my train, 9th train back to Eastbourne. All sorted, no problems. You can make as much as you want, plan your trip, but the weather is shit, you need to have always plan B. You need to adjust to conditions, and especially in Scotland. And this time when I said in a video that the climate is changing, and 2 days ago was snow here, then suddenly we get a hit of the south warm air and all snow is gone, and suddenly it's 15 degrees. So now come to the point of the packing for the trip like this. Now, as I said, the disadvantage of traveling by public transport is that you cannot leave your stuff in a car if conditions changed. So now come to packing the winter gear, and generally my backpack and the weight is, the backpack on its own is 2.5, if not 2.4 kilo, I think. So that already makes the difference. Now winter hiking boots are heavy, fleeced lined trousers are heavier, so you already carry on yourself extra weight, which is distributed so you don't feel it, but it's still extra weight. Now if I'm gonna do just the scramble on the ridge, I would probably packed only big crampons. However, I wanted to traverse the glens. These days the snow level is over 400 meters above, so what might happen with the lower altitude is not enough coverage, but with the mixture of the snow and the freezing temperatures it can be frosty. So for that are good micro crampons. And my third set of crampons are a special nano crampons for slippery rocks, as I had experience with that when it's very warm.
like now, it's like nature is kind of waking up, and rocks are sometimes covered with kind of algae, which makes the boots really slippery, especially the winter boots. So that's basically my 100 grams this is, and it's just for my safe. So talking about the crampons, the ridge I wanted to do is a scramble grade 1. So there is no way that you can basically, 2 days ago, change the condition on the rain mixed with the ice. And I see pictures from the ground conditions on Facebook group. So very handful information to my research was the Scottish Avalanche Information Service, where you found a daily report from each area about not just the avalanche risks, but about the condition of the snow in each levels. And what is the best thing, if you just scroll down to the page, you can see here daily blocks from the condition from the Torridon area. So for example, on 19th, if I click on it, you can see the detailed report of the quality of the snow, winds, coverage, the actual conditions, and the pictures from the whole area. I found this information as a very, very useful to have a clue about what's going on. Microspikes doesn't give you the tractions, so microspikes have literally little chains and a little tiny spikes on it. They are good on the descending, where it's just the little snow and an icy surface, like the last year at Wales. While a scramble, which requires using your hands, you need a traction on the fronts, which gives you these front teeth. So you basically, when you are ascending, you need to kicking with the front to the wall to get the traction to ascend actually, which this doesn't give you. And I've seen lots of people doing mistakes going up the crampons, even in micro spikes, directly like this. So if the conditions are you're not able to walk in micro crampons up the hill because it's too icy, you need to make yourself steps and ascend from the side, so you have always tractions, you're not sliding down. The same, I've seen some people going downhill in the big crampons like this. So very steep slope, you can't descend like this, you're descending from the side, and always with the face towards the rock to the back, so you can again kick. In this kind of level, it's super handy ice axe, because if you're climbing up, you always need at least three points, which this gives you the security when you do the ice. Now, if it's too much ice there and it's not kind of step, you can make yourself steps with this. So that's why the ice axe, and that's why 2 sets of crampons, because I wouldn't make it up with micro crampons, and the same, I wouldn't be able to descend only in the big crampons. That's extra, I would say it's maybe 3 kilo in my backpack. That was necessary for this hike. One more thing that I forgot to talk in hostel, and actually I'm shooting this home, was the tent packs. So for the winter, in England, you don't have 20 inches of snow, where I would probably go maybe for the long tent packs. 2 years ago, I've got the Delta tent packs, which are perfect, but I've got only 3, and I need quite a lot on my guidelines, so I'm not really taking these ones. And I was trying to find some solution, because this is my original tent packs, which comes with my tent, and if you compare them with these ones, so this is a C2 Summit, I've got them for the perfect price. They are much longer, and this one they call the Control Crown packs. You have 3 levels where you can basically catch the guideline according the depth of the ground. So the tension when you put the Tempex in the ground is not gonna be pulling the ground out if you put it on the lower one, the physics.
So I found this one as a perfect solution for like winter camping, and generally the ground are so sturdy and they have a really good, if you have a look on the profile, the tension surface to resist the ground. If I compare it with this one, which belongs originally to my tent, it's like nothing. Also, I'm having a problem with these ones that if I hit the rock, they just bend. This one has this fluorescent stuff over here, and is 8 of them. So I'm using this for the guidelines, and these ones for just grab the actual the tent sheet. And then I'm using for the ground sheet this plastic tent packs, which are completely like lightweight, and you know, like they grab the ground sheet to the stick to the ground when it's windy. And this is my spare tent pack when I need or whatever. So this is actually my winter tent packs. Now come to the second point of the weight, is that the forecast was showing the temperatures during the night roughly -8 as I wanted to do the high camp. So if you're sleeping in a temperatures like this, you need at least a downset. And lately I started taking my fleece stuff, what you put as a cover through my sleeping bag, as get extra heat. So all these things like a thick jacket, you know, hat, gloves, winter gloves, thermo flask, which keeps your water until morning, not freezing. Basically, if I take any other water and I fill it up, and up there is -8, my water would froze and I wouldn't be able to use it in the morning to get out from the bottle. Obviously I can melt the snow, but then I have to boil it and melt it, which is basically using your gas. And I wanted to do 4 days travers, so I can't afford to melt snow for 4 days from small canister. So for that I have a thermo flask that it keeps basically my water a nice temperature, drinkable during the day. But again, it was 15 degrees, so the flask was pointless. But I have a nice hot tea in the morning. So that's a winter thing that makes the weight of the backpack slightly heavier. But I still think that comparing 3 years ago when I set off to Scotland, the base weight now was with all this 17 kilo, which if you count down the winter gear, it could be maybe like 13, 12, which I think is acceptable because I'm carrying still tripods. The big tripod that my phone is standing on, then I have the extension tripods, which is quite heavy, a camera, another camera. So that's extra 2.5 kilo, which normally people don't take on hikes. And yeah, and I mean, camping in the winter is different like camping in the summer. It takes lots of jobs every time, every evening with cold hands, set up everything. So generally the winter camping is much harder, but I'll come back to my trip. And my lights are dying. I need to finish this vlog because soon you're not gonna see me. I specifically choose my first 2 spots where I want to camp. I'm not usually going for the trail without knowing where I would like to pitch the tent, because it's very sometimes hard to find a place, especially when you had a rain which melts, so the ground is saturated, flooded. You don't have a freestanding tent, so you need to found at least some kind of soil where you fit your huge tent. However, my plan changed. I just had to go with the flow until I don't found the spots, but I still had a plan B, as I was fully aware that there is a grassy spot by the Lingy Hut or Ling Hut. So that's how I look for the spots. I'm using the Google Earth and the 3D maps, and I somehow always figure out where I would like to pitch the tent. Also, I'm taking lots of inspiration from the other videos on YouTube. So for this one, I was checking the Cape Wrath Trail and the people who did the Ben Alligan and Horizon Balligan, how it looks, so I know what is waiting for me. It really helps me also with the navigation.
I did the same thing basically with Lofoten, that I watch whole trail of someone else and I'll take him up, and then I'm trying to figure out through the visual contact on a video where is what on the map in a real life. So I don't need to have a look in a map that quite often. I'll just go with what I remember. So I'm not using the insulated mug for drinking, and yes, it's hanging from my backpack and it's a very old school thing, only because I like to have it handy. So when I stop, I can pour my tea directly in the cup and I don't have to look for it in the backpack. It's just hanging there. If I want to share with someone, or if someone offer me a tea, I have straight away my cup ready. And I don't like to use insulated cup, because if I'm cold on hands, I just put a drop of tea in that thing and it works like a hand warmer. So no electric charging hand warmer. I lately using only for the short trips one external charger, which is extra. This guy has 700 grams, but it keep charging my phone for 6 days. For more than 7 days, I'm using two charger, one little solar and this one. That's another 500 grams. And snacks and the protein bars, they weigh quite a lot. I cut off weight on few items. I'm not anymore carrying with me a pillow. I'm having only this thing, which always I stuck with my down jacket, so that works like my pillow. I cut off on the dry bags because I didn't realize that 5 dry bags are so heavy. So I'm using only one, which is for the clothes and my sleeping bags, that my most important things that need to keep stay dry. And everything else I'm just putting in the ceiling bags because they are lightweight, and when they are destroyed I just should take another one and it don't cost nothing. Luxury items is my fairy light. This time it was a candle, and a few hygiene things which doesn't weigh that much. So I think I really improved from the last year. Rampons. I have to say the disclaimer, I'm not a professional mounting engineer or leader or anything. This is all what I learned from my own experience, what I study and what I think is somehow logic to me. I believe. Yeah. If I'm wrong about something or you have some tips, I'm happy to see that. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all. Do I want to say anything else about this bonus section? To say hello to Miriam, who is going at the moment through the same journey, and it really broke my heart when I watched her last video. So Miriam is doing a channel, Miriam Kennedy. Have a look on her channel. Brilliant videos. I love her style, love her voice. So yeah, hi Miriam, I'm sending you lots of good vibes and energy, and also to Glyn and everyone who I forgot that is fighting with cancer. So guys, we can make this. And yeah, maybe we can do some cancer walk, all of you with me, like cancer hike. Now I'm definitely waffling. I think I'm just tired. See you maybe in April at the Isle of Skye.